All right. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's discussion will be centered on the book of Luke chapter 12 verse 15. You see, in one of those teaching moments of Jesus Christ, he gave a profound reply to his audience, and Jesus said, "Please be careful and beware of covetousness, for a person's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses." I have chosen to caption this video, "Some things are better than money." I read this phrase for the first time as an undergraduate some 16 years ago in a magazine that was posted on the walls of my room by one of my roommates in those days. And however, it has undoubtedly left a strong impression in my heart, and it has as well changed and shaped my orientation about how I see money and the importance of money in our day-to-day activities. King Solomon of the ancient Hebrew once said that money answers everything. And he further said in another passage that money is a defense. And you see, obviously, if we should take a survey of the prayer list of many people, including church people, we will discover that money is a common request. Money is commonly prayed about. It is the desire of everyone to be financially free and financially abundant. Money is obviously very important. This is because in today's world, money can almost solve any kind of problem. So this in itself is not bad. Money in itself is not bad. However, we must learn to understand that good things can be wrongly desired and good things can be wrongly used. So it is important for us to know how to put money in its proper place in our lives. Apostle Paul said in one of the texts that all things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. He said all things are lawful, but I will not be brought under the power of any. The Bible shows us that inordinate and excessive love for money has disconnected many from God. The Bible says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while men coveted after, they have pierced themselves with many sorrow, and they have been disconnected from God." So, we need to constantly remind ourselves that money has to be put in its proper place. And we must also remind ourselves that whatever we own and whatever we earn is not mainly for us, but for a particular purpose. And one of the ways to put money in its proper place is to understand its primary purpose for the believer. We need to understand the primary purpose of money in the life and in the hand of a believer. The first thing you need to know is that, you see, money in the hand of a believer is primarily for the sponsor of the spread of the gospel. Money in the hand of a believer is primarily to sponsor the spread of the gospel. In Zechariah chapter 1 verse 17, the Bible says, "My cities through prosperity will yet be spread abroad." So money in the hand of a believer is primarily for the spread of the gospel. You see, it is God's desire, it is God's will that all men be saved and come to the knowledge of the glory of God. You see, it is God's strongest will that the gospel will be preached in every city, in every town, across all the nations of the earth before Jesus returned. In Matthew 24 verse 14 thereabout, we see it there that God said That meant Jesus said, this gospel of Christ, this gospel of the kingdom must be preached in every city, then the end will come. So it is God's strongest desire that the gospel be heard in every city. However, this can only be achieved through prosperity, through financial blessings that God releases upon his children. This is why in various instances in the time of the early apostles, we saw these apostles were given continually to sponsoring the spread of the gospel. In fact, there's a typical example of the church of Macedonia that was recorded in one of the epistles, 2 Corinthians 8. The Bible says this church were filled with group of people who were committed to spreading the gospel in spite of their poverty, in spite of the limited resources that they had. So it is important for us to know that primarily the money in the hand of a believer is primarily to sponsor the spread of the gospel. Now, this is very instructive as it helps us to see that the perspective that we should have towards money is that perspective of a steward. You see, a steward is simply a manager of someone else's resources. You see, God entrusted us with money so that we can use it for his good causes. God entrusted us with financial abundance so that we can use it for his good causes. Therefore, in your pursuit to do well in life, you must let your ambition be for a selfless cause. In your desire to do well in life, let your ambition be for a selfless cause. This type of ambition is driven by the desire to make positive impact, to affect the life of other people, and to leave lasting legacy. See, ambition for a selfless cause is always driven by this desire to make positive impact, meaningful contribution, and be a blessing to others and leave lasting legacy in the society at large. Now, the second thing you need to understand is this. In the hierarchy of wealth, you see, in the hierarchy of wealth, strength, time, and wisdom are more important than money. I'm going to say that again. In the hierarchy of wealth, strength, time, and wisdom are more important than money. In the grand scheme of life, you will discover that life is not just about accumulating money, but about cultivating rich and fulfilling experience. In the grand scheme of things, wealth is beyond accumulating money. It is about cultivating rich and fulfilling existence. You see, money is good when it comes to daily comfort and meeting some basic needs. However, that is not the ultimate end. You see, money is just a means to an end, and that end is simply cultivating rich and fulfilling existence. Money is simply a tool for enhancing our lives, and you see, it can never replace the importance of strength, time, and wisdom. Being conscious of this hierarchy will help us to prioritize self-care. Taking good care of yourself will help you to prioritize, gaining knowledge and understanding will help you to also prioritize relationship, quality relationship with people above amassing or gathering money onto yourself. You see, when you understand that in the grand scheme of things, having good relationship, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, having knowledge and understanding, being rich in experience is far more important than just accumulating money somewhere. It will help you to appreciate knowledge, strength, health, good relationship than just having money. Money is good, don't get me wrong, but in the grand scheme of life, we must prioritize self-care, maintaining good health. Have you heard this statement before? That health is wealth. Health is wealth. Have you ever seen people who have a lot of money and they are so stingy to even take good care of themselves? So what I'm saying is this: when you understand that in the hierarchy of wealth, strength comes before money, time management comes before money, getting wisdom and maintaining good quality relationship in life is more important than money. Can I add this? You see, having a good name and a good reputation is also important than money. So in the hierarchy of things, we must prioritize strength, wisdom, time above money. However, when money comes into our life, it just comes as a tool to enhance the quality of our existence. The third thing you need to know is this. You see, another way to put money in its proper place is to remind yourself that there is more to me than my material worth. Let me say that again. There is more to you than your material worth. A person's life is not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. You are of more worth than your material possession. You see, you need to understand this thing. God has a very high estimation of you. God holds you in high esteem. You see, God literally called you a holy people, a peculiar person, a unique breed. He said you are called for to show forth the praises of God who had called you out of darkness and released you into his marvelous light. So you see, you are not just a light, you are in the light. You are bigger than what you think. You are of more worth than you think. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, Bible says that you are an ambassador of Christ. You see, Jesus came literally just because of you, just single you. He came, he died a sinful death just to crown you with the gift of righteousness. And God now said, now that I've reconciled you to myself, I have made you an ambassador, a representative of my kingdom, to go into the world to reconcile the world back to me. So you see, that is a very lofty position. It's a great height. God looked on you and he called you his own. He called you an ambassador. He said you are unique. So you see, there is more to you than whatever material blessings, whatever finances, whatever money you have in your bank account. So you see, when you understand these things, you will carry yourself as a royalty. You see, even when there is no money on your pocket, you will carry yourself as a king that you are. You will walk with some dignity. You will walk with some level of confidence because you know that there is more to you than your bank account. There is more to you than your material worth. The greatest honor that you can ever have is to be called a peculiar person by God. It's a great honor. God sees you as a special person. He called you as a holy breed, a peculiar people. You see, when you understand these things, you will not be moved by what you have or what you do not have. Apostle Paul made a profound statement. He said, I have learned in all things to abound and to abase. I have learned to cope with plenty, and when there is not enough, I have learned to be fine. You see, this is a mentality to have. What Apostle Paul is literally saying is this. Is simply saying that my heart is so large, I can handle plenty. You see, but when I don't have enough, I won't be in despair. I won't be sorrowful. I can handle plenty, and when it is not enough, when I don't have enough, I won't be in despair, because there is more to my life than my material worth. You see, this is a mentality to have. You see, your self-worth is not your net worth. Your self-worth should be higher than your net worth. Your self-worth simply comes from your self-image. You having an image, a good image of yourself, seeing yourself as God has seen you, knowing that there is more to you than your material worth. You see, there is more to you than what you have in your bank account. And this is a mindset that you must have if you want to have and cultivate a rich and fulfilling existence in this world. Now, I believe I've said quite a lot of things. However, don't forget, I said that money in the hands of a believer is primarily for the sponsor of the gospel. And another way to put money in its proper place is to remind yourself that there is more to you than your material worth. You are of more importance. In the grand scheme of things, you are of more value than your money itself. You see, your self-worth, your happiness, your joy, your peace is more important. Walking in righteousness as a believer is more important than your material worth. And don't forget, one critical point that I said is this, that in the hierarchy of wealth, you see, strength, wisdom, and time are more important than money. In the grand scheme of life, you see, your strength, your wisdom, your time are more important. Having good relationship, having a good name, good reputation in the society are more important than your material worth. So you see, let the first thing be the first. Let's go back into prioritizing good health over money. There was a pathetic story that happened in a teaching hospital of a man who had an accident and he has money on him, but he wouldn't want to release his money for his treatment. And you see, when this man died and they had to cut his clothes, in order to give him proper embalmment and burial. You see, while they were cutting the knicker, they discovered that this man was carrying over 400,000 on his body. It's a funny story. You see, this teaching will help you to prioritize your health above material blessings, above money. See, there's no point stacking up money in your bank account without you taking good care of yourself. So you see, the importance of this teaching is not to trivialize the place of money, but to help you appreciate that your health, to help you prioritize good relationship, to help you cultivate the habit of getting wisdom, enrolling yourself in lifelong school of learning. Do you understand what I'm saying? You see, in the grand scheme of life, having good health, having good relationship, having good name and reputation is more important than money. I believe this video has helped you. I believe so, that it has helped to shape your mentality about money. So, this is my request. Just make sure you click the like buttons, drop comments, subscribe to my YouTube channel in case you have not done so. The YouTube channel's name is Kenny Dada. Just click the subscribe button and make sure you share this video to as many people that you think this video will bless. I believe, you see, this kind of teaching is a teaching that will definitely bless all categories of people. So please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the share button, click the like button, and you see, take good care of yourself. You see, it's important. Health is wealth. A good name is wealth. Take good care of yourself. Keep winning. Keep reading. And I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.